Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets and I am Amanda. Today is Friday, January the 15th, and I am here to do two things today. I am actually going to do a week 2 budget recap. I have my notes in front of me, so I may look down here or there. We're going to do a week 2 budget recap, real short and sweet. I was going to make a separate video, but I decided not to do that because it's really short. And then we'll dive right over into the week 3 budget projection video. So, yeah, that's what we will be doing today. And also, I would like to say a quick happy Founders Day to my beloved sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We have been alive and well and servicing all mankind for 113 years. So yes, I will be celebrating that today. And then also I have a workout challenge that I need to do because it is in the wee hours of the morning where I'm recording this video, and I have, let's see, I have only done 1,000 steps today. I got to get to a total of 20,000 because I have another participant that's on my behind, like really close up on me. And yes, I am very competitive when it comes to these type of things. So I need to get in about 20,000 steps today so I can make sure I keep that comfortable lead. Today is the last day of the challenge, but it's fun. It's something to do, especially while we are still sheltering in place. So we're going to dive right into this video, and of course I have my handy dandy coffee here with me this morning. I'm actually recording in a different area of my home. I have my water here, so yeah, we're gonna see how quick we can get through this budget recap and this budget projection for the month of January. So if you are interested in this sort of content, then please stay tuned for the remainder of this video. Okay, we are back, and as you can see, I have my week 2 budget projection from last week in front of us, and I'd like to go through this page before we jump into our week 3 budget projection. I normally use this as part of my budget recap. So as of week 2, everything that we actually forecast last week did take place. And the biggest standout on this page is the mortgage. So I did pay my mortgage. I typically pay my mortgage on week 2, the Friday of week 2. So I did do that, and that's pretty much it as it relates to what all happened here. So let's move on over to these are some of the items that I may not have projected on that first page, things that just could have popped up. And basically this is the week 2 budget recap and it goes from January the 8th, which is my last pay day or last pay Friday, up until the Thursday before my next pay period, which is January the 14th. So this will go from the previous Friday to Thursday before the next pay. So here are items that I may not have projected. Okay, the number 1 was we picked up dinner or lunch. I don't know what time. I think it was maybe around 1 or 2 o'clock in the evening. So we did take out Chinese, and that was $24.31. That money came out of my miscellaneous account. And then we had our nails done. This was 2 fill-ins. This was one for me and my daughter. We went last Friday, and that was $55. That money was gotten out of my miscellaneous account as well. Then, as some of you may know, I am a Alabama Crimson Tide fan, and they actually won the national championship. So of course I had to order me some gear. So I have some sports gear coming to the tune of $80.22. That money was also gotten out of my miscellaneous account. And the last thing was my other daughter had to go to the school to pick up a form, and that form was $3.11, and that money came from my bills checking account. So remember, I do leave monies as a cushion in that account so that, if any little thing like that, creep up, I can actually take care of it. Now, this money could have easily came out of my cash index fund, uh, cash index fund, cash index card system, which is the cash that I have in my wallet, and I have a school supplies category. So that money it should have come out of there, but since they only require that we use a card to make purchases, I had to do it from my debit card. But that's pretty much it for my budget recap. So we're going to move straight on into the week 3 budget projection. So I am going to have to tilt this tablet because I will be writing during this portion of the video. But we are doing our week 3 budget projection. Today is January the 15th, 2021. And my 2 little quotes for today is Happy Founders Day to Alpha Kappa Alpha, which I did include in my introduction, which is my sorority. We have been going strong for 113 years. So that's that. And also the other little bit of inspiration for this budget projection is be consistent in all productive situations. Okay, so in other words, you want to make sure that those things that are going to benefit you, that you're going to be able to capitalize on, you want to be consistent with those things, i.e. budgeting, i.e. saving money, paying down debt, working out, whatever you need to do as it relates to keeping yourself in a positive state. You're going to have to be consistent with it, because doing it once or twice will not yield the results that you need. You have to continue to do it to see the results. So now let's move on into our week 3 budget projection. Now we're going to try to make this video short, which I always say, but I'm really going to try to do that today. So let's move on. Trying to make sure that I'm angled correctly, and I am moving the camera. Got tons of things going on here, guys, this morning, but we're going to get through this. All right. First item that I am projecting for this paycheck is going to be, of course, my mortgage. And like I have been saying in previous videos, I am refinancing my mortgage right now. And the amount I'm setting aside will still be the same until I get the new balance or payment or whatever. So it's going to be $291.34. Next, we're going to have my HOA fees, and for that I set aside $6.70. Then we have our debt monies, and of course those are monies that I either pay toward that I typically pay toward my mortgage or my student loans. Those are only 2 debts I have left. That total that I can allocate this week is $279.22. Next, we have the auto insurance. This did decrease. So it's the new amount now is $85 per week. And I only have 2 vehicles on my insurance policy. There was going to be a third, but I ended up removing it. So we're down to 2 vehicles. I still think the amount is terribly high, but it is what it is for now. I'm still shopping around for lower insurance. Auto insurance, I'm setting aside $85 this week. And life insurance, is $21. This bill will actually, it's only due once a year, and it typically comes up during the month of February. So you're going to hear me talk about this probably sometime during the last couple of weeks of the month of January. I will be sending that payment to them. Next, we have my dreaded student loan. So that amount is $96.75. And then there is my daughter's car fund, where I put $20.50 into that account for gas or oil changes or whatever she may need to do with that vehicle during the week. Next, we have our household expenses, which is $194. That is the cash that I take out of my bank and I put in the index card system in my wallet. It's about 10 or 11 categories. There are several videos out there on my channel about my index card cash system. So if you're interested in that, then take a look at some of those videos. Next, we have the children's savings account. I do set aside a small amount in their accounts each week, and that is $28.50. All right. So let's make sure that I have everything here that I need in this budget for this week. Yep, everything looks to be there. So we're going to total this up. And the total amount for this week expenses is $1,023.56. Okay? That's step one in my budget projection. Step two is to, well, actually, I'm not done with step one. Let's go on through with that. Typically, I leave $1,228 in this account for bills each week, $1,228. So let's subtract our total amount of $1,023.56 from the balance that I leave in the account. And so that is going to give us a total of $204.44. Okay? And I also love to leave a cushion in this bills checking account for little incidentals, just like I had one earlier this week with my daughter needing to pay for a form via my debit card. So, and that amount that I like to leave in the account is $26.15. That was just the leftover monies I had, so that's how we got to the actual total of $26.15. I try and budget my money down to the penny so that, you know, there are no surprises or whatever. But now let's take our total that's left, the $204.44, and we're going to subtract that $26.15 cushion from there, and the total that is left out of this week's pay is $178.29. Okay, so of course that will get our famous blue cloud, because that number is going to have a relationship with another number, as you will see going forward. So that's step one. So we typically get all of our expenses, total everything out, subtract the cushion amount, and we see what we're left with. So right now, this $178.29 is an amount that I would put away in my bills savings account. And of course, that's going to be technically. And the reason why I say technically is because that's what I'm doing right here on this paper. I'm not physically going to put this amount away. We're going through the entire budget. At the very end, you will see the real number that I will either need to pull out of my bills savings account or the number that I need to put away into the bills savings account. So that's step one. Step two is to go back up through all of these expenses and put a PA, which means put away, beside any amount of monies that I'm not paying for in this current week. So we're going to put a PA by the mortgage amount. We're going to put a PA by the HOA. We will put a PA by the um, life insurance amount. And this is week 3. Same thing with the student loan amount. And I think everything else. Actually, you know what? We're going to do this budget the way that I'm actually going to do it. So, the other put away amount is actually going to be this debt amount. So, yes, I am putting away the debt amount this week. In other words, I will not be paying this money toward my debt because I'm kind of in a holding cell right now. And what I mean by that is I want to start paying more on my mortgage so I can get it paid off, but I'm in a refinance, so there's no need to be paying monies to a mortgage company that's actually going to be bought by another mortgage company. So once the refinance is complete, they typically pay off your old mortgage balance, and then they assume your new mortgage. So there's no need for me to be sending money to a mortgage company that's actually going to get paid off by another one. So I'm going to wait until I get all acclimated and situated with the new mortgage company, then I'll start sending monies, larger lump sums of money to that company. And that's just where I am today, guys. I go back and forward, and it really doesn't make any sense how I, just go back and forward so much with this, with my actual budget and which debt I want to pay off next. So if this change, which it may, because I'm human and I may change. So just bear with me. Just know that I am still on my debt-free journey, and I'm trying to pay down debts. But now that we have all of our PA items allocated, the third step is to go through and total up all the PA amounts. So let's do that real quick. We have our calculator here. So let's add all those items up. $291.34 plus $670 plus $279.22 plus the $21, and last the $96.75. So that gives us a total put away amount of $695.01. Okay, that will also get your blue cloud around it, and that's the other number that has the relationship with our previous number. Okay, so right now what we have is 2 put away amounts. So let's go on and add those up for the sake of this record. So we have $695.01 plus $178.29. And guys, let's just stop and look at this real quick. Let's just say if I wasn't paying off, debt or whatever. Look at all this money I could save and help build my wealth, or my future. So that's why I say it's so important to get rid of debt as soon as you can. Because if you get rid of debt or have no debt and you just start stacking away cash, then, you can set yourself up to retire early, do what you want. You won't have to be stressing over money. It will not be, an issue for you. So that's what you want to do. You want to avoid debt as much as possible. I know there are people out here that say you can make money with debt and whatever the case may be. For me, I do not choose to follow those principles. I want to get out of debt so I can be able to save my money, have freedom, and do what I want with my time. Now, once I added those 2 put away amounts up, then we have a total of $873.30. Now, this is the total put away amount into the bills savings account, technically. Now, what I mean by that is, fourth step is to go back through these numbers and put a purple triangle by any amounts I plan on paying this week. Okay? So we're going to put a purple triangle by the auto insurance. The monies will be moved to my daughter's car fund. Of course, we will get out the cash for the household expenses, and then that money will also be moved to my children's savings account. So they all will get a purple triangle. These are items that I will take care of this week. Now, as you can see, one of the items is the auto insurance. The auto insurance has decreased, so we're going to write it over to the side. Auto insurance. It's now $330 a month. But remember, I am only setting aside $85 out of this week's pay. So let's subtract that amount and see how much we need to pull out of our bills savings account to help us satisfy this debt for this week. So that total is $245, okay? So this $245 is what I need to pull out, and you know I like writing my notes so we can know what we're doing here, pull out of the bill savings account. So I need $245 to help me pay the auto insurance. Okay, but remember, we are putting away $873.30 into that account. So since we got two actions, we need to subtract those two numbers. So let's go on and do that. We have the $873.30 that we're putting away, and we're going to subtract the $245 that we need to pull out of that bill savings account to help us pay the insurance for this week. So let's see, $873.30 minus $245, and we have a total of $628.30. Now, this will be the total amount that I will be putting away into the bills savings account this week. And this is the real amount that I will be putting away. Of course, this number is large because I am not sending that extra money to my mortgage or student loan at the moment. And so that's just kind of where I am right now. So just know that the money is sitting there. When I'm ready to, you know, get the bills back on track to kind of see how they're going to flow, for the upcoming months, then I will pull that chunk of money out and just dump it on that debt. So it's not like I'm, you know, using the money to spend it and do other things with it. That money will be pulled out of that account and sent to whichever debt I decide that I want to start paying down. So just know that. And the reason also, I'm not wasting money per se because the student loan is in the forgiveness stage. So there's no interest being accrued on the student loans and no payments are due right now. So therefore, you know, the balance is frozen. So I'm not, you know, racking up more interest by not paying. So that is frozen until February 28th, 2021. So I actually have until February 28th to kind of get everything back on track and see what I want to do as it relates to paying down these debts. But yeah, that's where we are, and I am going to go on and end this video right here. So as of our budget projection, we are going to stock away $628.30. We're going to put that in our bill savings account for this week. So that's all I have for this video. This is Dr. Mummy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.